What's going on? Guess what? It's that time. Part 2 of the SinFit protein bar review by Sinister Labs. So I know if I'm ready, you guys definitely have to be ready. So let's get into it. Let's build together. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of That Guy Health. So today is part 2 of the Sinister Labs protein bar review, known as SinFit bars. And before I even get into that, if you guys haven't subscribed, liked, or hit notification, make sure you go ahead and do that. There's going to be plenty more episodes coming out, everything from product reviews to workouts and even cooking recipes. Currently, you can find the pancakes and how to make your own protein bar. Coming up soon is going to be how to make the protein coffee, and we're going to have many other episodes that will include different type of recipes and how to make things more fun, more tasteful, but still healthy for you guys that are crossing over from the unhealthy lifestyle to the healthy lifestyle. So what we have here are the SinFit bars by Sinister Labs. Now, if you've been following the channel and you have subscribed before, you know that I already did a protein bar episode, which basically taught you or told you why I chose a certain protein bar and maybe how to choose a protein bar. So in that episode, one of my biggest things that I was trying to eliminate was finding a protein bar without soy, and that was the Quest bar. The Quest bar had no soy. It was by far the protein bar that had the least amount of sugar in it, sometimes less than 1 gram. And on top of that, it also had the lower calories on it. So in that review, basically that protein bar won out. And I'm also going to get into, like I said in part 1 of this episode with the SinFit bars, why I'm going to keep the two and how I'm going to utilize the two. So SinFit Sinister Labs is big on making things look awesome. I mean, if you follow their Instagram or any of their other social medias, you'll see their pancakes, you'll see many of their spreads and some of their other products. I mean, those guys make cheating look good and feel so wrong and dirty, but probably taste so great. And that's also going to be coming up, which is another point. We're going to go ahead and have an episode on their pancakes, and I'm going to make them here on the channel for you guys to see and give you my opinion on what I think about those. So back to these protein bars. They are big boy bars, and when I say that, in comparison to the Quest bar sitting roughly around approximately around 190 calories, the SinFit bar sits about 350. That's a vast jump and a vast difference between the two. Whereas you have like 83 grams per serving in the SinFit, you'll have roughly or approximately 60 grams in the Quest bar. That's also different. The serving size is quite a bit bigger in the SinFit bar. Now, here's the big kicker, and this is the thing that matters most to me, especially depending on where my macros are for that day. And it's always important, and that's why I'm going to utilize both bars, because I need to make sure that if I'm going to have a protein bar, I don't want to bust out of my macros if that's what I'm doing, especially maybe if you're getting ready for competition or you're just being real strict on your calorie intake, your protein intake, all your macros. It's good to have options, all right? So whereas this one is 190 calories, approximately 60 grams per serving, almost probably 1 to 2 grams or less of sugar, and it's 20 grams of protein. Over here in Sinister Labs, we have 30 grams of protein. That is a big plus. 30 grams of protein, which I had already mentioned in the previous video. I had made protein bars that had 28.5 grams of protein. All right, so we're going to get into some of these tastes. These guys have some awesome flavors. We have the double layer peanut butter crunch. We have the cinnamon crunch, and we have the caramel crunch. Now, I went ahead, initially, the order was for the peanut butter crunch, and I said I was going to go ahead and do it with that, but then I said, hey, let's go ahead and get the other flavors in, and let's add a tasting part of this review so you guys can see me taste these bars and actually give you my on-site opinion on what I think about the taste. Because as you know, many protein bars taste like shit. I'm just gonna say it. They taste like shit. And if you like them, then you like them because of what you're getting out of them and not necessarily because of how they taste. And if you've watched this channel, you know that I have said that plenty of times before. If what you get out of that substance or that supplement is far better and more efficient for you, then you can sacrifice the taste. If you're always looking for something to taste good, 9 times out of 10, you're probably not getting what you need out of it all the time, especially when it comes to certain things like protein bars. Because on some protein bars, they feather the line of actually being a damn candy bar. Milky Way even has a protein bar now. You know it's got to be loaded with sugar. So some of those things to me are like garbage. I'm not trying to trash other brands or anything like that, but just some of those things to me are garbage. You really don't get as much. And as big as the Gatorade bar is, I would assume to have at least 30 grams of protein, just like SinFit. If they have changed that recipe, then hey, that's cool. But last time I checked, they hadn't. So let's get back into SinFit because that's why we're here. Not only do these guys offer great products, but they also offer great customer service. That is the big thing I love about these guys. When you place an order, you get constant tracking of where your order is. And on top of constant tracking, you get straight communication. Like when you communicate with these guys, it's not a week before they get back to you, whether it's on the Instagram or through email. So that's a plus. Another thing I like about these bars is when I eat one, I'm not hungry like right after. So it's a great thing, especially if I hadn't got a chance to eat my pre-workout meal. I can grab one of these, pop it down. If I'm gonna take a pre-workout, take a pre-workout, and then go ahead and hit the gym, and it's already settled in. Versus if I eat this, most of the time, I'm hungry not too long after I've consumed that. Not to say that my body's like, it's a waste, but it's just a smaller, I mean, just look at it. Look at it, all right? All right, this like kindergarten, we're in high school now. You're in kindergarten doing watercolors, we're in high school, varsity games. That's the difference between these two bars, if you can see that. So like I said, I will utilize that one when I have to make such a sacrifice and I don't have much space in my macros. I'll use that one. But if I have it, I'm gonna eat the SinFit bar. And let's get back into that. The taste, great. Now I told you in the last review, part 1, and if you haven't seen part 1, definitely go back and watch it. I told you in part 1 that if you have a protein bar and it tastes great, there's something that you probably need to know. Not that this is a bad thing or a slam, but most of the time, it's probably gonna have a higher amount of sugar in it. And with the SinFit bar, I believe the sugar content, now keep in mind, sugar is sugar to me. I'm not gonna separate the two different sugars and all the other crap. So this bar right here has 15 grams total of sugar, all right? Versus the Quest bar coming in at 1 gram of sugar. Now you say 15 grams, 1 gram, 14 grams difference. Depending on where you are in your macros, it could be a big deal. In my macros, what I have to eat on my daily intake, it's not a big deal. So 1, this is a great option through the week, especially if I need to get something in. 2, it's even great on my cheat weekends to even like make me feel like I'm cheating, but really I'm not cheating because I'm still getting 30 grams of protein. I'm eating a protein bar that's made of quality. It comes out of Texas. Call me biased, but if it comes out of Texas, it's the great state of Texas. It's got to be great. I'm just going to say it, and I'm biased about it, and I don't care what you think about it. It's just the truth. So, hey, there you go. So let's do this. Let's go ahead. I went ahead and lined these up in order so I didn't forget. Not only that, but they look extremely different in color and texture. And that's something else that I'm going to say. The Quest bar, it doesn't taste horrible at all, but it is a little chewy and tough to eat. And when I opened my first SinFit bar and I saw the texture, I said, you know what? This shit's gonna be like eating gravel. It looks very rough, it looks hard, and it's gonna be like probably eating fucking cement out of a bag without any water in it. And that's what I'm thinking. And I'm gonna have to muscle through that to find out if there's something else that I'm actually gonna like about this bar. But guess what? I was totally wrong. SinFit, Sinister Labs, totally proved me wrong. I was very surprised that I had all of my teeth when I bit into that bar. Not only that, it was way more softer in texture than the Quest bar. And it had an explosion of flavor, and it was weird. It was like, usually you get a protein bar and you're like, where the hell's my water, because this shit's chalky or it's absorbing the moisture in my mouth. I actually got like more watery as I was eating it. It was that damn yummy. I mean, I was very surprised in the taste. I was very surprised in the texture, the density, just the overall, assembly. I don't even, what is the word I'm looking for? The overall, the way they built this protein bar is by far the best protein bar that I have had, period. That's the way I'm going to put it. By far, the best assembled protein bar in all categories that I have had, period. So with that being said, I think that I am due. It is like towards the end of the week. I just came from the gym. I earned it. You guys deserve it. You guys deserve for me to do a taste test with these bars and tell you what I think about the taste, because I haven't tasted any of the other flavors. I only tasted the peanut butter, which I initially ordered, and I waited for you guys in order to taste the cinnamon and the caramel, and caramel is like one of my favorite flavors. So for me to wait that long, you guys definitely got to be important. So we're going to start with the caramel next, because I already tasted the peanut butter, but I'm still going to taste it again to basically kind of give you my overview on it. Even though I know how it tasted, just like when you get it in there fresh, you can just be like, okay, let me see what I can relate this to for you, so that you might have an idea of what to expect when you get it. So let's go ahead and go with the caramel crunch first. I haven't tasted it yet, so this is going to be like first time, just straight off the dome, what I think about it. Like I said, it's like you bite into these bars and it's like I don't even need the water. I basically got the water to rinse out the flavor. I would have to say it doesn't have the traditional caramel taste. Like if you eat a Twix, and biting into this bar was almost similar to biting into a Twix, just a little bit softer. But it doesn't have the traditional taste of caramel. I want to say it's more like that Smucker's caramel that you would buy in the grocery store. That's more what it tastes like. Instead of the actual, damn, I just spit right there. I don't know if you saw that. Instead of the actual caramel-like candy, it has more of that Smucker's in the jar caramel taste, which is still good. It has a little crunch, very kind of similar to Rice Krispies, if that's what they're using. And the bar is still nice and enjoyable when you bite into it. It's not like you're fighting it. You might lose your teeth in it. It's not overly gooey. So they did a good job with the caramel crunch. Like, I like it. I'm surprised again. I'm a little concerned about the cinnamon. I don't know what to expect about that. Cinnamon on its own is not a desired flavor. It's usually good when you mix cinnamon with something, whether it be pumpkin pie, your oatmeal, pancakes, anything else. But cinnamon by itself is usually not something very tasty. So I'm wondering what this is going to taste like, because on the picture, it's got a little darker. It's a little darker inside, and it has like this white coating with a very almost like butterscotch look to it. So I'm very interested to see what cinnamon crunch is going to taste like. And also, besides for the recipes I've cooked, this is like my first time doing a taste on camera type thing to give you the reaction. So I'm a little new to it. So you have to excuse me if I just like continue eating and sometimes forget that you're there watching me. Because like I said, these damn bars are pretty buff. You need to order one. If you haven't, listen. Sinister Labs is very good about giving discounts. On their Instagram, I've seen it at random times. 20%, 10%. Those guys are good about customer service. So definitely subscribe to their Instagram. Also mine, I'll be posting content about them, especially when we do the pancakes and the spreads. And I'll try to keep you guys updated with discounts as they come out. So let's go ahead and taste this cinnamon and see what we got going here. And see, it's a little different there. It's got you know what this reminds me of? A zero bar. Like it looks like a zero bar. So I'm wondering if it's gonna taste like that, because technically, I mean, a zero bar isn't cinnamon, I don't believe, but it reminds me of a zero bar when I look at it. So here we go. Off the rip, the cinnamon aroma like just flooded my palate. This shit does taste like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. This one's good too. I'm shocked in that. I didn't think I was gonna like the Cinnamon Crunch at all. Sorry about the slurpee. I actually thought the Cinnamon Crunch was gonna be the deal breaker. I thought that was gonna be a flavor that I would definitely be like, I'm never gonna order this shit again. But the peanut butter crunch and the caramel, I'll keep them coming. But now, it's like, hell, I'll probably order 3 boxes of 3 different flavors and just swap them out. All 3 of these flavors are good. And I honestly, right now at this point in time, I'm having a rough time trying to decide which one might be my favorite. By far, the SinFit bars are killing this over here. Like, in taste, in texture, in protein. I probably shouldn't go on, because then you might be wondering why you're going to use both bars. But I explained that already. But still, big boy bars, big boy taste, big boy protein, just all the way big boy with it. So yeah, Cinnamon Crunch is another good flavor. And like I said, I'm very surprised in that. I kind of was very hesitant about that. The Caramel Crunch, not so much the taste of traditional caramel, but like I said, the Smuckers in the jar type caramel, still good. I honestly think the Cinnamon Crunch is the softer bar out of all of these. The peanut butter or the caramel, which is a little odd to me. I thought the peanut butter would be the softest one, but it's not. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and eat this peanut butter, which I have had before, but I don't give a damn. I'm gonna eat it again. And this is like, I don't know, if I ate all of these bars right now, it'd probably be well over 1,000 calories of protein bar right now. Peanut butter's still king. That peanut butter taste, it is, I'm trying to think of something that I can tell you that would help you kind of have an idea of what it would taste like. Because it doesn't taste like peanut butter out of the jar. I don't know if you're familiar with it. And saying this might also give you other information on me, but I don't give a damn. There is a candy. It's kind of creamish in color. It's cylinder-like, rectangle shaped. And it has little darker brown lines in it. It tastes like that, and I believe that is a peanut butter type candy. That is what it tastes like. It's damn good, but it doesn't taste like, if you went and got peanut butter out of the jar and you ate that, then you ate this, it's not the same. It does have a peanut butter taste, but it's not the traditional peanut butter spread type you think about, Jif or Peter Pan or any of that. But it tastes like that candy, and if I could, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find that candy, and I'm gonna put a picture of it just scrolling across the screen right now so you can see what I'm thinking about. And you can go taste that if it's near your store location, and you'll have an idea of what this tastes like. Or you could just damn dive in, hit Sinister Labs up, and order your box. I don't buy protein bars by the single. I buy the box. It's a waste of my time. It's probably a waste of your time to buy singles. Just buy a whole damn box, shove it up in your supplement cabinet, and grab when you want to. That's the best way to do it, man. Like, all this small buying, if you have to, that's what you gotta do. But me, I just walk in the store, I'm looking for the whole box, and I'm yanking it, and I'm going. So listen, guys, definitely, and I'm probably over a gallon of water today. Hoorah, hoorah to me. So hey, this is part 2 of the protein bar review. My assessment of Sinister Labs and the SinFit bars are fucking right on. They nailed it. And prior to this, if you guys aren't familiar with Price Plow, those guys did a review on them. And I know prior to that, people were raving about that this Sinister Labs, and these guys were like, what the hell about it? What the hell about it? And they finally did a review, and they had an awakening, and they were like, holy crap, it is what they say it is. And I have to say, it is what they said it is. So hey, definitely subscribe, definitely click like, hit notifications. There's gonna be something else coming up soon. I'm gonna do the Sinister Labs protein pancakes. We're gonna cook them up right here in this kitchen for the first time. We're gonna see how they actually come up. We're gonna dress them up, which it might be torture for you, especially if it's not your award day. I don't like to say cheat day or cheat week. I like to say award week or award day, because if you have been sticking to your macros and your nutrition and you've been working your ass off, you're not cheating shit. You're rewarding yourself for all the hard work that you put in. So excuse me if I have a stack of beautiful pancakes drizzled in the spread, topped with some maybe chocolate chips, and I dive into that and make it look so great, but you're not at your award point. I apologize in advance to you. But hey, that's the way it goes. You all come back again, subscribe, click like, hit notification. Hey, as I always say, you guys stay healthy and let's build together. Peace.